y'all, it's Megan. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome aboard. So today I'm going to do another, it's kind of a story time, not really, it's more of like the way things worked at the jungle, and I'm going to talk today about some of the fun interactions that skippers would have on the dock. So skippers are a pretty close group. We were all pretty good friends with everyone else we worked with, and we would like to mess with each other. And skippers, just by nature, the Jungle Cruise is like a fun, punny, kind of playful attraction, right? Like there's a lot of sarcasm, a lot of jokes, a lot of fun. And so we would have fun like with each other. One interaction that's really common that you've probably seen if you've been on the Jungle Cruise is when you first take off from the dock, the skippers are going to probably tell you, not every skipper does everything, but a lot of the skippers will tell you to turn around and wave goodbye to those beautiful people on the dock. And so you turn and you wave, and everyone's like, bye, 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 and all the skippers wave back at you. And they say, now wave bye to Kevin or John, or just pick a skipper, usually one that you're like really good friends with. And then they always would be like, I'm beautiful too. Or sometimes they would say, my mom thinks I'm beautiful, just to continue the interaction. They'd be yelling after you as you're already like halfway to the Amazon. That's one that you've probably seen. But there were some more that happened that were more like specific to my group of friends. I don't know, other skippers I'm sure have done these things, but these are just ones from my experience. So one that was really common for me in particular was I had a lot of friends who really liked to pick on me when I was their back unload. If you've seen my creepy guest interaction video, you've seen kind of what I'm talking about, where one of the skippers who would be pulling up to the dock would interact with me as, I keep hitting this, there's a fiddle fig over here and I keep whacking it, sorry. We would get onto the back of the boat and we're there to like help people off, and the skipper who is on the mic will always direct guests which door to leave out through, so that we don't have anyone crossing over anything in the center. And they would say, please, if you're on this side, please do go out the back side, go out with skipper whoever, so that they could see like a name tag, know who they're going towards. And that was like, it was meant to be helpful, but also we could play with it. So they'd say, go out the back with Megan. Somebody go out with Megan. Everyone go, please, someone go out with Megan. She is really nice. She likes long walks on the beach, German Shepherd puppies, and cats. She loves cats. She loves every kind of cat. But you just can't hug all of them, Megan. You can't hug every cat. As that little like eHarmony love all the cats video thing was a thing at the time. One that I particularly loved was, please go out with Megan. She's a really interesting lady. She really likes to mow her lawn in a robe and bunny slippers. She has an amazing collection of bunny slippers. She has purple, she has fuchsia, she has sparkly neon green, and like they would just like keep adding to it. And then other skippers would would pick up on that, and then the next cruise they would tell them the next set of things that I collected. But my fuchsia and sparkly green bunny slippers is one of my favorite collections that I apparently have. One of my favorite interactions to have with skippers on the dock was when we would have a rope boat. If someone was in a wheelchair or ECV and they were comfortable transferring, we would take a rope, put it on the back cleat of the boat, push the boat all the way forward, and it would hold that rope tight and make the boat a little bit steadier so that it was easier to transfer onto. So that's a rope boat. And to do that, we would have to explain to people like why we were going to stop, and then we were going to pull forward and stop again. We wanted to make sure that people stayed on the boat until it was completely stopped for the final time. So like, why wouldn't we do it fun instead of just being like, stay seated, we're going to stop twice. We're skippers. No. So the skipper who was on the boat would say, all right guys, we're going to pull up to that dock and we are actually going to teach that rope something. Do you see them holding that rope there? That rope needs to be taught. So what are we going to teach that rope? And usually we would say string theory because it's a rope. But people would pick different things. We'd pick a different kind of math or pick a different subject and say, today we're teaching it whatever. And they'd say, okay, we're going to teach it this. So then the skipper would stop the boat. The skipper on the dock would put the rope around the cleat, and then the skipper on the mic would ease the throttle forward slowly so that we don't just like whiplash people. And they'd say, all right, we're teaching. And as soon as the rope was taught, T-A-U-T, we would say, and it's taught, T-A-U-G-H-T. So that was one of my favorite jokes because homophones, so funny. I guess you had to be there. But a lot of these jokes are kind of like poking fun at each other, but we were all really good friends, so it was all done in good fun, and it was meant to be entertaining, and we weren't ever doing things to like offend each other because we actually did like each other. But you would say, Alright, we are going to be coming up to that dock, and you're going to see that we have a dock on the left and a dock on the right. We call that a paradox. And those two skippers over there, they're going to step into the front and the back of the boat to help you out. We call that a paradorks. I don't think I ever did that one. I usually did the paradox. It can be confusing, so if you step out and you find your foot getting wet, come back in with me, try it again. I think that's usually how I ended it. I don't think I ever did the dorks thing, but, you know, people directed it at me, and I was always fine with it, you know, just like... So those are a few of the interactions that skippers would have with each other on the docks. If you have been on the Jungle Cruise and you've seen some of these like skipper interactions, like what's one that you remember? Like tell me what some of your skippers did. Did they interact with people on the boats behind you? Did they interact with skippers on the dock? Do you remember a specific joke that you haven't ever heard before? Let me know. I like to hear Jungle Cruise stuff from people's experiences, especially since it has been so long since I actually worked there. Things have changed. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all. Charlie's been hanging out right there. Here's your boy. Hi, sweet boy. Can you show your sweet face?